Mayong buntag sa tanan. Among topic karon kay hypothesis test for a single population proportion. Hypothesis test, a procedure for determining whether the hypothesis stated is a reasonable statement and should not be rejected, or is unreasonable and should be rejected. Hypothesis test kani daw nga test ginakandak para mahibal-an nato nga kini nga hypothesis is legitimate and can be considered as an educated guess. In that way, ato ma-identify kung dapat ba kini ma-reject o ma-accept. Hypothesis, a statement about the value of a population parameter. In case of two hypotheses, the statement assumed to be true is called the null hypothesis, and the contradictory statement is called the alternative hypothesis. Ang hypothesis kay isa ka statement nga nag-describe sa population parameter which is a number nga naay modify sa usa ka population. Now, pag duha na ka hypothesis ang na-present na sabtay gitawag nga null hypothesis ug alternative hypothesis. Ang null hypothesis is considered to be true, while ang alternative is the opposite. Level of significance in hypothesis testing. The level of significance is a threshold value. It is the maximum value allowed for a type I error, and when the p-value is below the level of significance, the null hypothesis must be rejected. Level of significance. Sa pagtest sa hypothesis, this should be the opening factor. Kanang pambungad gani, mao ni ang pinakadako nga value allowed sa type I error. Maong crucial siya kaayo. Kung when it happens nga ang p-value is mas baba pa sa significance, then automatic nga dapat i-reject ang null hypothesis. Kay diba, if wa na sense ang hypothesis kanang di na siya connected or related sa study, kay ni go beyond na siya, then we should negate it. Next is p-value. P-value, the probability that an event will happen purely by chance, assuming the null hypothesis is true. The smaller the p-value, the stronger the evidence is against the null hypothesis. P-value is another factor nga dapat sabgyud i-consider. Mao ni siya ang probability nga ang event mahitabo purely coincidental, assuming nga ang ato null hypothesis is true. One way to interpret this is pag smaller ang atong p-value, the strongest ang evidence against sa ato null hypothesis, which results para mas ma-reject ato null hypothesis. Next is t-test. A test for a population mean that is used when the population is unknown. T-test. Ang t-test kay isa ka statistical test nga helpful o very handy kaayo if there are two groups nga gi-studyhan, gina-compare niya ang mean sa duha ka sample. It is used in hypothesis testing with a null hypothesis that the difference in group means is 0, and the alternative hypothesis that the difference in group means is different from 0. Isa pa, it is a test para sa population mean when there are other variables nga wala na-identify or unknown such as ang population standard deviation. Last is z-test. A test for a population mean that is used when the population is unknown. Z-test on the other hand is pareho ra ni siya purpose sa t-test. The main difference is it works when ang mga variables such as standard deviation is identified or known. So that's all for today. Thank you.